Hi, programmers. I've been busy these last 2 days doing and redoing, and I had a video up and I've turned it to private. I'm fixing to take it down, and I even started another video and decided I wanted to do things differently too. But anyway, I've done all the typing already, but if you put it on high density, you can read it, and I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We had a procedure called, or a method called, create two segs, which I've already deleted mine out because the stuff I did worked, and we had a method called create one seg, which I've commented him out. I'm going to delete him out here shortly, and then yeah, there he is. So he's all green. And anyway, we've created two more methods, and then we're passing it a bunch of variables. One of them's called create seg, and because we'll be doing a lot of stuff, and there's just no sense in just typing that same code over and over again. It just takes up so much room, and there's just a lot of potential for mistakes. So we're just going to create a seg, and we're going to pass it everything we need. Like we need the PREID and the week and the seg, and whether it's an in or an out, or whether it's completed and what type, and then the seg date and time and era. And we're already, just so far, we're using this in a whole bunch of places. And here's the command. You open your connection, and here's the command that you type in right there. And then you pass it the variables that are in the command line, or not command line, the variables that are in the parameter list. And you use that to create it, and then you open the connection and execute it and close the connection. And then the update seg, he's going to be a little bit more to him. But right now we're just starting off with one variable that we're going to update, which is a Boolean variable. But basically we're going to have like the PREID and the week and the seg, and then we're going to have the name of the field that we're going to change, and then we're going to have the value that we're going to change it to. Now, I've not tested this yet, so we're going to do a live test right here on the video here in a second. And so I hope it works, or I'll be real embarrassed. Anyway, we're checking. The one we're doing first is completed, and so if we convert the value to a Boolean, and then our command 1 would update it from those values. And like when we get more fields, we'll check for that name, and then we'll have like a command 2, and then we'll say, well, if the field equals, I don't know, whatever time, we're going to execute that. Just whatever, we're going to add to this as we need it. And anyway, where we're putting these I get in trouble all the time. People think I'm not educated because I talk like a country person that I am. Let's see. Okay, the first place we're using it, when we come up here on the PREID text box 1, down here when we created the first record, I've just commented that out. And actually, it kind of helped me look at the stuff by keeping it there, because I knew the fields I was supposed to have. And I said create seg, and I just sent it all these fields that it was asking for. And I used that green up here to see what the values was supposed to be. And the first one did work. I tested that one. Okay, and then the next place we're using these on the method that we called clock in. In one position we create two seg records. That's when if they've clocked in and they're in, or if they can't clock out and they're out. We had this long procedure called create two segs. Well, we're not going to do that now. We're going to run create seg twice, and we're going to send it the values that it's supposed to be, like one of them's the insert in out that we decided what was at the top of the method, and the other is the text box. And another thing too, the seg number, that's different. Now then, down here another spot that we're changing. It was on the else. Okay, on the we created these two records if they were clocking in error. Well, if they was clocking in correctly, we just create one seg, and the first thing we do, we go into, if everything looks good and they're clocking in like they're supposed to clock in, or out like they're supposed to clock out, it goes and does an update seg, and it sends it the variable, and that's when it's changing the completed field to true. and then it creates the next seg record. Otherwise, if there's a problem with the record, it's not doesn't meet this if condition, we just create one seg record and we don't complete the other one first. And so then the payroll person, he or she will know to go and change it. And you can see where I've commented this out. And after everything's working good, we're going to uncomment it. And anyway, I know it's quite a bit of work up front, but this will save us work in the long run, and it'll look a whole lot neater. So let's try to see if it works. Okay. I don't. I have run some tests already, so we're gonna say in out 1104. Okay. It might be creating it. I didn't do tab. It's supposed to do it. Okay. It says I'm already in. So I forgot. Don't know. Says right now it says it's 6 o'clock, so I'm gonna clock out, and if all goes well, it's gonna update the previous record, this record here, the top, the last one. It's gonna create me a new record. If it's not okay, it's gonna give me an error message. Then I'm gonna have to put it on pause and see what's going on. Alrighty, did out. Okay, it said 526. So let's see what the database says. Alrighty. Okay, my computer. Alrighty, let's see, and then we're going to look for our C, then data, and then pay. That's the database, if you remember. Okay, we're going to open up seg. That's the name of the table. Now we're going to go to the bottom, or down to the last ones. Alright, I'm 1104, and the 561 is today. And so I clocked in this morning at early, 5-6 hours. All you have is those seconds since midnight, and then I've clocked out. And so that looks really good. And I know the other one works. So anyway, we've got this background work done. So next week we should be ready to get right on that, clicking that create seg buttons for the special. And you guys have fun and work hard on this, and maybe it'll pay off for you.